Hello, my name is Brian Delaney, along with my good friend and colleague Jim Selnow, and we're here to tell you about some of the service programs that we offer here at ProTech Pest Control, where we're enjoying our 30th anniversary year this year. Jim and I are both associates with the Certified Entomology program, and Jim's going to start off with telling you a little bit about our AllGuard program, which is for domestic pest control in and around residential homes.
The AllGuard program is a unique service that ProTech offers to our customers. It starts out with a thorough inspection of the property inside the home and around the exterior of the home, looking for entry points for these different insects that we cover. We check window frames, door frames, around siding, thresholds around doors, and make recommendations to the homeowner. It's something that is not covered under our program, where we ask the homeowner to take a little more action to seal larger holes, move firewood from the foundation that's attracted to all types of insects, seal holes up maybe that we can't get to above the gutter area, just things like that we just make recommendations to the homeowner to help themselves seal these insects out of their structure. We will also treat around the structure. We treat around the door frames, the window frames, under the thresholds, where the foundation meets the soil around the foundation, the casing areas, under decks areas. On the interior of the home is the lower levels. The home is primarily an area where a lot of insects will come into the structure, sliding glass doors, areas in the basement that may be unfinished. Areas like this is where we'll pay particular attention to and treat.
Yeah, our program is designed to be corrective and preventive at the same time. Generally, when we get a call from the homeowner on the first time, they're experiencing a problem, a specific problem. And after the initial inspection, we schedule the initial service where we go pretty much top to bottom throughout the whole house and get everything back to normal. Then within 30 days, we do a follow-up, or you might say maintenance service, depending on if the original problem is lingering a little bit, depending on how severe it was. And then we return every 60 days following. The idea, though, is that on these subsequent treatments, that it's supposed to be preventive. One example might be to rodent-proof the house or get these bait stations installed prior to the inevitable movement of rodents from outside into inside when it starts to turn cold. We get lots of calls in August and September because people hear the field crickets in their house and they've developed these tympanic organs on their legs and they're screeching and it's loud. But you see, those crickets were there in June. They just weren't making all that racket right then. So we try to take care of it in June instead of having a corrective service closer in the later summer, that sort of thing. Almost all of your normal household crawling pests are going to be included in our program. There are some exclusions. There are specific treatments for, say, bed bugs, for instance, or for something called a box elder bug that you might see inside homes. Those require more extensive treatments. But, you know, ants, silverfish, millipedes, centipedes, rats and mice, fleas, ticks, ants, cockroaches, all those are included in our program. Another notable exclusion, though, is wood-destroying insects. Those they're done under a different license that the government requires that we have. And generally they require a little bit more time and attention. Jim, you want to show them the SpectraGuard?
Sure. We have a unique system also. It's called the SpectraGuard colony elimination system. And what this system is, it's consistent of bait stations that we put around your structure, about every 10, 12 feet around the structure. And this will, what this actually does is each station has an active bait inside the station. And it goes in the station, in the ground, the top gets put on it, and it sits there. And when termites are constantly foraging and feeding in the soil and in and around structure, they'll get inside one of these stations, start feeding on the bait, and it will be eliminated. And this really protects, it's a 24-hour alarm system, so to speak, around the structure to eliminate termites from your home.
So we need to maintain and inspect this again several times a year. And some folks buy the SpectraGuard system as a standalone. That's the only thing they're concerned about, and they buy just the termite protection from us. We have thousands of standalone customers. In addition, some folks buy just the pest control portion of our program, which was the AllGuard that we just described. But we do have one where we combine them together, and it's called a SpectraGuard, SpectraGuard 1 actually. And in addition to the pests that we've already outlined that are covered in those programs, we also include carpenter ants and carpenter bees, which are somewhat common in this area. So that's the biggest advantage of moving from an AllGuard to a SpectraGuard, is the inclusion of wood-destroying insects. But all of our programs include termite monitoring. For instance, if you buy an AllGuard, even though termite control isn't covered with the SpectraGuard system, we will still monitor for termites. We have monitored devices in the ground that we check regularly when we're doing the rest of your service. In addition, I think it's important to note that our program has been designed to be an exterior service. All of our programs are, which in the busy schedules that we all have today is a very important feature. Now, inside service is included, but it's generally upon request. So we'd be happy to come out if you need a service inside the home for whatever reason. Before we ever apply a pesticide inside of a living structure, we just speak with the client about it and what it's going to involve, what it's going to look like when we finish. And once it's discussed up front, then we'll make that pesticide application, and it's included in your program. So anywhere you go, SpectraGuard, AllGuard, SpectraGuard, we got you covered.